Hey everyone, welcome back with another anime review. Now, this review is going to be something special because it's the first Makoto Shinkai movie that I've ever seen. And after seeing it, I really want to see more. And this is of course called 5 centimeters per second. Oh boy. First off, I guess I should start by saying this was an interesting film because although it was a film, it was episodic in its own right, if that makes any sense. Basically, it had 3 parts to it. Each part lasted around a half an hour. So this could have been split up into a 3-episode anthology series, if it wanted to. But this is more of an anthology movie, I guess you would say. Because it does have 3 parts to it. Each part does seem rather similar in a way, but each part is actually quite different. Alright, and each one's called Act, and Act 1 is called The Cherry Blossom. I'm going to read off the description here that I typed up for each one, just so you basically understand. By the way, lots of spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled on this amazing series, leave now. Okay, this is going to be your only warning. Takai Tono quickly befriends Akari Shinohara when she transfers to his elementary school. They grow closer to each other due to similar interests and attitudes. For instance, they both prefer to stay inside during recess due to their seasonal allergies. As a result, they form a strong bond. They speak to each other using their given names without any form of honorifics, which is a sign of deep friendship and familiarity in Japan. Upon graduating from elementary school, Akari moves to Tochigi due to her parents' jobs. The two keep in contact by writing letters, but eventually begin to drift apart. When Takai learns that his family will be moving to Kagoshima, he decides to personally go see Akari since they will be too far apart to visit each other at all after moving. He also prepares a letter for Akari containing his feelings. However, Takaki loses the letter during the journey, and a severe snowstorm continuously delays his train for several hours. After the two finally meet and share their first kiss, Takaki realizes they will never be together again. Stranded in a shed due to the snowstorm, they fall asleep after talking late into the night. Takaki departs the next morning, and the two promise to continue writing to each other. As the train rolls away, Takaki decides that the loss of his letter is not important anymore. After the kiss, while Akari silently looks at her own letter addressed to Takaki. Yeah, it was... Damn. Now, out of the 3, the first act was actually my favorite. Okay. I can tell you that right now. Out of all 3 acts, the first was definitely my favorite. I loved it the most. I loved all 3 acts. And that one was kind of sad, but it was also really bittersweet. The other 2, on the other hand, not so much. Act 2 was called Cosmolog. Takaki is now in the 3rd year of senior high in Tanegashima, where the Tanegashima Space Center is located. Kanai Sumida, a classmate of Takaki, has fallen in love with him ever since meeting him in middle school, but has never had the courage to confess her feelings. She tries to spend time with him, waiting long after school for the chance to travel home together. However, Takaki appears ignorant to Kanai's feelings and only treats her as a good friend. Kanai observes that Takaki is always writing emails to someone or standing off into the distance as if searching for something far away. It is later shown that Takaki's emails are not being sent to anyone, and that she has had recurring dreams which features Akari. After a failed attempt to tell Takaki she loves him, Kanai eventually realizes that he is looking for someone far beyond what she can offer, and decides not to, though she acknowledges that she will always love him. Very sad story. Now, when I first watched it, I didn't realize that this was the same Takaki, like it basically took place years later. So I was like, oh man, come on. But I realized, okay, this is the same Takaki. She's still in love with Akari, so it makes sense in that regard, okay? And, you know, I actually kind of grew to like it a little bit more, although the first act's still my favorite. Acting is called 5 centimeters per second, for the main sake of the movie, obviously. It is 2008. Takaki is now a computer programmer in Tokyo, while Akari is preparing to get married to another man. Takaki is still longing for Akari to be determined of his lifestyle, which is acknowledged by an ex-girlfriend. A depressed Takaki later leaves his job, being unable to cope with his feelings for Akari. Akari goes through her old possessions and finds the letter addressed to Takaki. Takaki and Akari have a dual narration, both recalling a recent dream depicting the events of their last meeting in the snow and hoping to watch the cherry blossoms together again. One day, while walking down a road, Takaki and Akari appear to pass and recognize each other at a train crossing, where they had decided to watch cherry blossoms together 13 years ago, right before Akari's sudden moving to Tochigi. At opposite sides of the tracks, they stop and begin to look back, but the passing trains cut off their view. Takaki waits for the trains to pass and sees that Akari is gone. After a moment, he smiles to himself and continues walking. So yes, another really sad story. Oh man. So as you can tell, 5 centimeters per second I think is a great movie, and after watching this movie, I definitely want to watch more movies from Makoto Shinkai. And the studio was actually that made the series was actually Home Mixed Wave Incorporated, which I've never actually heard of before. So yeah, but goddamn, the animation in this series is amazing. It's so fluid. It's so goddamn it. It's some of the best animation I've ever fucking seen. Ever. I know it looks like I'm kicking this movie, guys, but that's just because it fucking deserves it. Okay. I'm gonna try to stop fanboying here now. The music is also really good. It's so beautiful. It complements the movie perfectly. And the English dub, I should comment on the English dub. I really liked the dub of this movie. You know, the characters, it probably would have been better Japanese, but the characters I thought were good enough in the dub, you know, to express their emotions and feelings with one another. And to themselves, of course, and I just thought that it was really good. So yes, anyways, one more is for me to say about this movie. Also, the art was really good too. Fairly standard, I guess, but it still works for what it was saying. Yeah, anyways, I definitely recommend this movie if you haven't seen it yet. Makoto Shinkai is definitely on my good list at this point, and yeah. So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.